Okay.
Dr. Rostam,
Is my
can you please
voice clear?
record? Yes, yes, clear.
All right.
Dr. Rostam, can you please record the
Dear
session?
audiences, I
Sorry,
think this
Nadira.
session is recorded.
It does not show that it's recording. Dr. Rostam?
Calling for Dr. Rostam.
Okay, okay. You can proceed.
Okay, meeting is recording. All right. So, dear audiences, as we are about to begin, please be reminded to always mute your microphone to avoid interruption throughout this whole event. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam UTM Sanjungan Bangsa. Greetings to our fellow lecturers of UTM and dear students. Welcome to the LinkedIn workshop organized by Graduate Employability Cluster of the Student Development and Excellence Committee under Faculty of Social Science and Humanities. For your information, this event is specifically made for Year 1 and Year 2 students. With that being said, I would like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a very good evening, and I hope everyone is in the pink of health. With me, Noor Nadira, as your moderator for today's event. This talk or sharing will be given by Dr. Hassan Mahmoud Abuhassna. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for taking your time in attending today's session. Before we begin, allow me to briefly explain the session. Ladies and gentlemen, the employer focuses on and maintain advantage in the global market. In our level, by what our skills in acts and allows a professional identity and increase our networking by others who may or may not be in the same industry as us. These days, plenty of people, including students, also managed to secure job opportunities through LinkedIn. With that being said, I hope everyone could sit back, listen attentively, insight session. Right now, I present you Dr. Hassan Mahmoud. The floor is all yours.
Thank you very much, Nadira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good afternoon, everyone. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. I would like to welcome everyone to today's session on LinkedIn. As Nadira mentioned, we are going to learn how to build a standout LinkedIn profile for beginners. Okay, so before we start this tutorial, I would like to get more information about LinkedIn, as Nadira mentioned. So LinkedIn, as any other social media platform, but this one is actually more professional. So LinkedIn is considered the #1 professional network, all right, where you can actually find a high quality opportunities related to your industry line of work, and you meet experts in your field and background. So if you are actually looking to get connected with experts all over the world, leading industries in your line of business, you need to create your own LinkedIn profile right away. So without further ado, let me jump into my laptop and share my screen with you and show you my LinkedIn profile. Can you see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Okay. Okay, good. So when you go to linkedin.com, this is the uh, interface that you are going to get. Now you have sign in options here. When you click sign in, because mine is actually saved, you need to create your own profile using Gmail, Hotmail, or any other alternative that you have. So once you set up your profile, this is what you are going to get, all right? The page of LinkedIn. And then let's focus on creating your own profile now. LinkedIn, like any other, social platform, you need to get other people attention. And in this one, since it's, business related, you need to get more attention. You need to get visitors, recruiters, employees' attention, because when you connect with people, you are not connecting with, regular people. You are actually connecting with um, some experts in the field for the purpose that you actually seeking to get hired, all right, at the end of the day. So first one tip is how to get attention from your profile viewers. And what I mean here is that you need to build the first impression for the visitors that actually going to visit your profile. Now, how to do that? You need to focus on the first part of your profile photo, name, the headline right here, and the background of the cover of your profile. Okay. Now let's see each one and how to actually edit, upload, and create. Okay. The first important thing here is your photo. Now, when we are talking about your photo, one more time, we are not talking about any regular social media platform, all right? Always remember that. We are talking about a professional platform. You are here because you want to get hired. So what you need to do, you need to pay special attention to your photo. Your photo tells everything about you, right? So make sure the photo is not a turn off for your visitors. All right. So when I say a turn off, I mean that you don't use a selfie, you don't use a photo with the sunglasses, a photo that you took on the beach. All right. We are talking about professionalism here. So make sure to use a professional photo, even if you go to a studio like, take passport photo or something. So you need to look for something very professional. Now, if you want to take a photo with yourself, that's no problem, but just make sure the photo that has good lighting, simple, background, and look directly into the camera. A bit of a smile, of course. And lastly, you need to dress nicely in a professional way. Now, how can you edit your photo? Just by clicking in your photo right here, and then you add these options. You can find your options here. Edit. The edit option gives you the chance to actually fit your photo in the middle, right? So it's not, cropped, nothing from your hair, nothing from your shoulders. Just make sure to actually give a nice form of your photo. When you're done editing, you can just save photo, right? And you can select the photo from whether you use the camera directly from the laptop, which is I don't recommend, because the resolution is not going to be very high. All right. So what you need to do is you just click upload photo and then you click wherever you saved your photo. And then when you upload the photo in LinkedIn, make sure to crop it nicely in the middle. And the third option here, that you can actually add a frame to your photo. We are going to talk about that later on, which is open to work or hiring in case you are a company. All right. So let's stick with the original frame right here. And you are good to go with your photo, right? Now, the second very important section, which is your name, all right? Your name. And how can you actually edit your name? Just click on the edit section here, right? Here you can indicate actually your first name, your last name, if you want to add, like additional name or something. And then uh, when we actually talk about your name, LinkedIn recently added a feature where you can actually add a pronunciation to your name. Let's say you have a complicated name, it's hard for others to actually pronounce. So LinkedIn recently created this feature where you can record your name, and then it's going to be recorded in LinkedIn. Whether any viewers go through your page, they are going to play your name. But the only turn off about this feature is only you can use it through your smartphone. It's not allowed using your laptop. So we cannot actually see it here, right? So you need to write your first name, last name, additional name, as I mentioned, and then pronouns, and then you can add the headline. Now let's talk about this headline, because this is actually very crucial part when it comes to LinkedIn profile. Headlines, guys, is very, very important. Headlines is like considered to be your resume, your executive summary that you want to show your recruiters or your employee. So a perfect and catchy headline would help you very, very much to introduce yourself in the way that you actually see most fit you, right? As a one who is looking for a job or something like that. So make sure to use a very precise and particular keywords. This is very important. That is related to your job, or you're related to your background of study. Why is that? Because when you use a keywords that fit the position that you are actually looking for, when the recruiters or when the employees search for a job or candidates, your name will be included in the results. That is why headlines are super important. All right. So, uh, one more time, when you type your headline, always remember the headline is an executive summary about your, everything about you in one line. Okay. So make sure to use the keywords for the headline wisely, so that when the recruiters or the employee are searching or are hiring, they will find your profile involved in the results. All right. And there are other things here, like, what your current position, the industry of your work, your last education or the organization, and then finally the location. All right. And then when you are done editing all this information, you simply go with save, right? So we are done with the photo, the name, and the headlines. You can see here, guys, all these hashtags. I have actually not insert these hashtag in my profile. LinkedIn created this hashtag based on my profile. And these are what I meant by saying your keywords. That's why you need to be very precise when you select your headline. Okay. Now let's move on to the one of the most important sections as well, which is the cover or the background of your profile. Now this is actually a free, let's say, advertisement about you. You know, you need to advertise yourself. Here you actually can do it with LinkedIn profile. I'm very sorry for the noise. I don't know if you can hear the maintenance.
No, I cannot
No.
hear the sound, so
Okay,
it's all
okay.
good.
All right, that's good. Okay, so when we talk about the background photo, this is something that you must personalize. Do not leave it blank, or do not leave it like, as it is from LinkedIn. I don't recommend that at all. So you need to create something on your own that shows your personality. Okay. Now, how to do this? You can simply click edit and upload, just like the photo. You know, click edit and upload, change photo, upload it from your laptop. Now, how to create this if you don't have a background, let's say in graphic design or something? There are many, many tools, available through the internet that you can use. One of them is Canva. I don't know if you are familiar with Canva. Now, this tool is a super easy tool that you can actually use to create whatever for social media, LinkedIn. And the good thing about Canva, it actually gives you the right dimension. All right. So if you go to Canva right here, canva.com, from your home page, just search LinkedIn. All right. In the results, you are going to see LinkedIn article cover image or LinkedIn paper, LinkedIn banner, LinkedIn, let's say cover. You can see here, LinkedIn cover. You will have many, many options and templates that are ready to use. So what you need to do is you need to look for something that is free. Now, this one is pro. All these ones with this color, a yellow icon is not free. You need to be a member. I'm not a member and I'm still using Canva. So you need to click one of the free templates that Canva gives you. And then you start editing the banner, the cover, whatever you would like to. Okay. If you don't like this, for example, you can choose this one. All right, keep it simple. You can write your name. You can actually go with this one where you can change your photo, uh, add your name, add, for example, your social platforms and so on, and then export this photo and then upload it into your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so this is actually an extra tip I would like to share with you guys. Okay, let's go back to LinkedIn profile. Now we are done with the most important and most catchy sections in your profile. These are very important because they are going to actually keep the visitors in. They are not going to, go into your page and then go out. If you actually have the chance to keep them for a while so that they will have a look for let on the experience, the education, and everything else. Okay, guys? Now, let's move on to one also of the very important sections, which is the About section. You can see here This is the About section. And this is actually the core of LinkedIn. Why? Because it's actually considered like your, let's say, professional summary, but in a very summarized manner. So you are going to tell the recruiters, the employees that visiting your page, who you are, what can you do, your interests, how are you going actually to help them, how are you going to be an assistant, how are you going to provide something, how are you going to contribute to their company, all right? So the about is everything about you. So this section is, one more time, is like, a read out information about you. So it will show your personality, how you are able to introduce yourself, how you present yourself to your recruiters, all right? So what can you do to get the most out of this section? My advice is, I advise you guys to be, short and sweet, all right? Do not, put all your resume here. Look for something very, let's say, strong and precise. And the first thing what I would advise you to start with is, something very brief, one sentence only, that is very strong to get the reader's attention. All right. For example, here in my case, since I am in educational technology business, education technology and ICT in education is my passion. I'm driven to educate and open others' mind through education using the most powerful tool of this generation, which is technology. Driven to inspire others to pursue academic and personal excellence. Now, this line here is like an introduction of who I am. Okay, so by stating one separate, paragraph or line from other paragraphs, you're actually getting the readers to read. When they say it's a lot of, lines, they will actually ignore the whole thing. Okay. And next, you need to follow that up with your most achievement, right? Most outstanding achievement in your field, whether it's like a project, it's, a team project, it's a YouTube video, it's a, let's say, award that you got during your study, all right? And then finally, you need to end up with your expertise. So you can see here, I wrote a very short and summarized 3 paragraphs that actually tell everything about me, right? So I have, for example, here, the second paragraph, what I have accomplished during my, work in UTM. I have published blah, 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 journals and so on. And then finally, this is my position that I am actually having right now at the moment, right? This is my expertise, the last expertise. Okay, so now you have the photo, the background, the headline, and the about section. These are the most important, sorry, the most important parts in LinkedIn, because one more time, it's how you are going to keep the employee or the recruiter stay in your page. Now, let's move on with one of the very recent, actually, sections that LinkedIn added recently, which is called featured. Now, in featured, this section actually shows the most highlighted work that you have done. Let's say you are a YouTuber or you are a writer, you actually a graphic designer. So what you need to do is just click here on the plus icon, add a post, add a newsletter, add an article, add a link, add a media. Now, this featured section is important to actually show some examples of your work to your employee or recruiters. But do not actually use more than 3 or 4, otherwise it will be a distraction, okay, to your profile. So you need to highlight the most 3 featured, let's say, projects or videos, articles that you are actually really, really proud of and you want to show off to your recruiters. All right. Now, everything clear so far? All right. Now, let's move on to the next section, the real work, which is the experience. Okay. Now, one more time to, if you are actually new to LinkedIn, LinkedIn is considered to be a virtual resume of you on the internet. So you need to state everything that you have gone through, right? Including the experience, the education, the projects, the awards, license, anything that you have actually accomplished during your study or after your study. Okay. Now, this is, uh, you know, the chance of you to show your experiences where you can add a description of each position. Now, how are you going to add a position? All right. Simply click on the plus section, all right, add a position, and then you are going to add the title of the position, for example, teacher, lecturer, graphic designer, whatever the title. Make sure the title is not very long. Make sure to use the keywords, wisely. And then the employment type, which is full-time, part-time, the company name, location, if you would like to mention the location. And here you could actually state whether you are actually currently working in this role or you already left. If you left, then you take this one and then this one end date will show up. But if you're still working at this position, take here, the end date will uh, go away, vanish. So one more time, if you click here, if you are not working, you left the company already, you need to state the start date and the end date, month and year. And one of the most important thing as well, which is the description. Why do you need to add into the description? Because it actually shows how you were in the previous job, how you actually contributed, and how you are going to provide for the current job. So make sure to summarize, write up, a summary as a description for your previous job, or if you still actually working at this company, you can write a summary as well. All right. So you can add as many experiences as you can or as you would like. Okay. I'm not going to save here. And let's say you already added a position or experience, but you want to edit. We simply click to the edit icon right here, and then you select whether or which position that you want to edit, and then click on it. And then here are the information that you will edit or update. All right. So let's say I have already finished my position as a senior lecturer. Okay, I'm gonna take here. I'm not currently working no more, so I need to state the month and the year of my end date. But I still working, so I'm currently working on this role. Right. Okay. Now this is for the experience section. Same goes to education section as well. Now, when we talk about education, we are talking about from high school to undergraduate, graduate, whether you have PhD or whatever certificate or that you have, you need to state here. But make sure these certificates are actually not far from each other. So let's say I have completed my bachelor around 2010, all right? And then I was thinking to study my master during 2020. Now, this is 10 years gap between these two certificates. So you just start with the master. Ignore the bachelor degree for now, all right? So start with the master and then the PhD and so on. And then you go on that way, all right? So adding education, same as the experience, by clicking on the plus section right here. You can add the school name, the degree name, bachelor of, blah, 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 the field of study, start date, end date, grade, and obviously you can add a description as well. For example, if you want to highlight the let's say the most courses that are going to help you in the field of your work, all right, so you actually could highlight some of the courses that you have gone through your study, all right. Now same goes to license and certifications. This is a very, let's say, practical and professional section from LinkedIn that has been added as well. And recently, actually, UTM issued many license that you can use. For example, if you actually attended a workshop from UTM Lead or UTM Digital Center or whatever the name of the center, and then uh, they will issue a license later on so that you can add through your LinkedIn profile, or you can simply add if you have, let's say, a certified license with an ID and reference number. You can click on the plus icon right here. You can state the name of the certificate, all right? And then issuing organization. Let me show you an example. For example, Microsoft, let's say Microsoft Professional Program, all right? And the issuing organization, of course, is going to be Microsoft. So once I type MI, it is going to automatically show me the organization name. Here I can select whether this actually a credential does not have, let's say, a limit time or expiry time. Okay, if it has, then you click and then state the expiration date of this certificate as well, right? And then here you can add the ID and the URL. And you, for the license and certification, you can add as many as you can. Let's see here, we have almost 20 license. So there are no limits for the license and certifications, right? Now, moving on to skills. When we are talking about skills, we are talking about something like an additional advantages to present yourself. Let's say you're applying for a graphic designer position or a graphic designer role, but you know that they might need someone with some experience in film editing as well. Okay, so in your headline you are going to state that your main role is graphic design, but here in the skills you are going to add Adobe Premiere or any software for film editing as a skills, additional skills. By doing that, you are going to increase your chance to get involved in the search database, right? Same as the keywords, because whatever skills that you add is going to add more hashtag to your data. And then when the recruiters or the employees search for this, certain role or position, they, your profile will pop up, right? Okay. And you can add up to 50 skills actually. And some of the skills, yeah, some of the skills are actually able to get verified from LinkedIn itself. How? By taking a skill quiz. If you click here, you will go to this page, which is skill assessments. Check your skill level, answer 15 multiple choice questions, score in the top 30%, and earn a skill badge. Once you earn the badge, the badge will be added into your profile immediately. Okay, so we do have a lot of skills here in all fields. You can simply search, right? IT, CT, programming, teaching, education, all right? Say education. I think you need to use some, certain keywords to be able to actually get the required skills. But here you can show more so that you can expand the skills that LinkedIn has. Okay. Industrial recommended all. You can get here all, and then you can go one by one. One of them are Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoints. You can simply go for the test and get the badge. Okay. Now, LinkedIn has actually the ability to offer you multiple, let's say personalized section as well. Not only these sections, but you can add sections that you would like to add. Personalized section. In my case, I have added this section, which is called publication. And because I'm working on the academia, so I added my publications, and you need to update the publications from time to time. And each publication actually shows the, let's say, the link. This is the link of the publication. And then this is the, for example, the abstract, okay? The name of the journal, the date of publications, and so on for each one. So if you click here, it will take you to the link of the publication as well, the other publication, right? So you can add uh, different sections. It's totally up to you, right? Now, the last thing that we are going to end up with for today's session, which is the public profile URL, which is here, right? Now, how this is going to help you, this is actually like a personalized URL for your LinkedIn profile. Because when you create your profile, LinkedIn will, let's say, assume some numbers, some, letters that will serve as a URL linked for your profile. But you can edit that by clicking here, edit your custom URL, click, and it's free. You can add your name, all right, so that it will directly lead to your profile, www.linkedin.com, and then your name, right? And then you can say that, all right? Okay, so we have actually covered the most essential, let's say, tips uh, on how to create your own LinkedIn profile. the photo, the background, the headline, the about sections, experience, education, and so on. I really hope that this session was helpful to you to start with your own profile. And I am open now for a Q&A session. If you guys have any questions to ask me. But before we go to the Q&A, I really forgot the last thing that I would like to share with you, which is the frame. Now, if you are a student and you are looking for um, some job opportunities, internship, volunteer, you can simply open to work. When you select this frame, you will let know your recruiters that you are actually open to work. You are not currently working, and that you are open to work. And same goes to if you are actually having your own business as a company or whatever, and you are hiring, you can choose this framework as well. And these are not only graphic framework, they're actually categorize you or your profile in the search database when they actually look to some roles or positions in this area. So once you click this open to work framework, your profile will be listed in the search database as unemployed, so that when people are hiring, they will get to know your name, your profile will pop on. All right. I think that's pretty much it about creating your own profile LinkedIn. We have covered everything that you must know as a beginner. All right. Obviously, there are so many features and things that you'll get to know when using LinkedIn. Maybe we can set another section in the future, inshallah. With that being said, I'm open to questions. Back to you, Nadira.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Hassan, for the valuable sharing. Sorry. Even for me, I gained so much new knowledge and insights that I will be able to use to apply for my LinkedIn profile. I hope everyone who listened and tuned in to the talk by Dr. Hassan gained many useful tips that they can use afterwards to edit their LinkedIn profile so that they can set up a professional identity. All right, so are there any questions that the participants would like to ask? If you have any questions, you may leave them in the chat box or just unmute your microphone to ask Dr. Hassan. And do not forget to fill in the attendance form that has been given in the chat box. So there's a question by, oh, no, sorry, any attendance link. Okay, so there's a question. Sorry.
Okay. The length for the about section in your profile. Actually, it's there's no limit, but make sure, as I mentioned, to make it short, sweet, and precise. It tells everything about you, and you can actually catch the reader when you state the first line, something that about your passion. How are you going to serve? How are you going to contribute to the community? And then you start with the biggest achievement that you have achieved so far, and then ending up with your, let's say, experience. All right. By doing so, the readers are going to get an idea in their mind that you are organized. You are actually, let's say, perfect when presenting yourself, introducing yourself. Okay, so make sure not to state many lines so that the readers will get bored. Instead, you want to get them keep reading. So by doing that, you need to write something very, very, let's say, wisely chosen, you know? I hope
So
that,
does that answer your question, Mahesh? I hope that helps you to get some clarity to edit your about section in your LinkedIn profile.
most welcome. Okay, do we have any other questions from anyone?
Do we have any questions from the Facebook live streaming? Okay, so perhaps we do not have any question anymore because the explanation that you gave was very precise and very clear. So thank you very much once again to Dr. Hassan for the insightful presentation. All right, so as you can see, our LinkedIn workshop is coming to an end. Thank you once again for your dedication and participation in making sure this event is a success. I would like to remind all participants in this event once again to fill in the attendance form from the link given to gain UTM merit and ensure that all the details have been stated. Once again, thank you, Dr. Hassan, for participating in this event.
Thank you,
I'm
Nadira.
certain that a lot can be gained. Yes, I'm certain that a lot can be gained and used as a guide to build our portfolio on LinkedIn. Now, on behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to apologize if we have made any mistakes throughout the event or any technical issues. And I hope it's not too late for me to wish Salam Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslim friends. May we make full use of this Ramadan and be given the chance to encounter the next Ramadan, inshallah. It has been my pleasure to be your moderator for today. So thank you, everyone. Hope to see you in the next event.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day ahead and a good life in the future, of course. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.